It's Monday, April 20th, 2026, and there's a lot of severe coverage or severe weather that's coming on Thursday and Friday. So let's get straight into the forecast. But before, if you want to know when Ryan Hall, y'all, he goes live and stuff, well, this is the perfect website. Or when he's going to confirm a video or something. Because if you watch this video, he said he's going on vacation. And you want to find out when that's going to happen and when he's going to record a video on this trip. Well, look right here. Alright. So it says there's a video unlikely for the next couple days. Not until Friday. Because that's when. But you won't see any videos. But there's also a lot of great people you can watch out there. So, me, Cruz Haynes, Midwest, who else? Max Velocity. So, yeah. He's out of town. So, yeah. But Thursday and Friday is going to be our big days. But I'm gonna be covering on Thursday and Friday since it's his vacation. I have nothing to do with this, so that's why you guys know that you guys can check my schedule on YouTube. But I'm covering and try to record 2 videos these next couple days. I just finished. If you guys want to look my schedule for the week because it is really confusing for all you guys were seeing in my videos and stuff. But if you guys go to my channel, my YouTube. I posted my schedule, right here. So it's long, I know. But let's get straight into the forecast. But what are we expecting on Friday and Thursday? There's gonna be some snow conditions, like snow coming to North or to USA this week. That's what it is, I think. Let me see. A lot of freeze warnings in the Washington. Let's look at the snow map real quick. So, this is everywhere where snow's gonna come. This is like a ass map. Holy shit, that is an ass map. Here, let's look at the national. So, we can see this is all the spots for expected snowfall. We can see this is all California. Right, because these are gonna make its way all the way to Alaska, actually. Because, it's up there. Here, see if I can find a good damn map. Here's a good map. Here. Okay. But, yeah, there's a lot of snow coming in. We'll talk about that. Let's get in the radar, though, because there's a lot of stuff. Not radar, but, I'm also testing a little satellite thing. I'm still working in progress, so I'm probably not going to use it today. But most likely tomorrow's video in the morning. I tried recording a video earlier. I had no time, though. I had to go get to my baseball game. Alright. So, today, I know it's late. It's already 10 o'clock Eastern time, but before we get into all of this, just some storms just coming over here. First line to see what this is. Oh, okay. I just want to write that down real quick as we'll talk about our snow. Hello. Alright. Sorry. Let's get back to it. But you can see there's going to be some little storms down here. We can see there's flooding down here. There's a little discussion of severe thunderstorms. Same as down here. Just watch for a little bit of storms. Yeah, we'll talk about the fire. Don't worry. Ain't all the snow. But yeah, just watch out for that. Just little storms. If there's lightning, don't be outside. Lightning's not too effective, but still don't be outside. Alright, tomorrow's just a little bit of risk, but storms do upgrade a little bit. Just you'll see some showers, some thunderstorms, maybe like 2 or 3 severe thunderstorms. Sorry. Severe thunderstorms. Oh my god. Choked on my own spit. We'll see a couple severe thunderstorms over here in Texas, possibly up over here. That's probably the snow. And possibly over here in Illinois, Indiana, or Ohio. Possibly even Missouri or Iowa. But we'll see what's going to happen. But these are form of a storm. Alright, once we get to day 3, okay? This is Wednesday. we get to a marginal risk, okay? But this is like a start of storms forming. We can see, okay? Like we can see the top here. There's a general risk, but this big line of marginal risk, okay? This is for the day, that day. Oh, it's hard to see, but holy shit, it's hard to see. Hold up, guys. The shortwave window, okay. But okay, we can see. Okay, this is like the satellite from today. Okay, this is a satellite image. So all of this, you can see there's storms moving in up into the satellite, or up into the marginal risk by Wednesday, which we might have to cover, but it doesn't seem that bad. I mean, we'll see a couple severe thunderstorm warnings there, here and there. Maybe you might see 1 or 2 tornado warnings, possibly. Probably not. But if you really don't want to see any, probably around 10, 9 o'clock, because that's when you're going to see a little bit. Alright, but then there's a little risk down here of its own going into Louisiana, and a little bit over here, you know, from the Illinois going into the start of the northeast, okay? But this is a form of a storm you can already see, but let's get a little more extreme with these storms starting on Thursday. Okay, so this is Thursday, okay? We can see from day 3 already. It's a 5%, but then you can see it gets very severe because the storms from this 5% severe risk shift over here in Iowa, Missouri, Oklahoma. This is not going to any parts of Texas. It's probably going to have its own storms down, you know, over here in Texas, but we'll see. We can see right here, okay, there's a big risk of storms and stuff. Okay, well, can I get this 3D? We can see. Trying to get this more like 3D. Okay, I can't. But we can see right here. Okay, there's a 15% any severe risk: hail, tornadoes, severe thunderstorms. But so what you're gonna see that it's probably gonna be it's not gonna be like a big storm that we've seen in the last couple of days, but I'd say it's gonna be like a less active day, but still could be severe to a lot of people. With a chance of, there's even a chance of 1 PTI, or PDS, my bad. There's a chance for 1 PDS tornado right here in Maryville, which actually, it's literally on my other monitor. But, we'll see. But these storms can be affected just, even though if it's small. But, yeah. Alright, so now this is Friday. Okay, Friday the storm shifts all the way down here, gets into a little bit of Texas. Good portion of Missouri too. So the storm coming from day 3, day 4, and day 5. I'd say Thursday would be the worst day, but also day 5. But these can be some little storms that's happening, like at least up to 100 intensity score. It's not big. It's not the worst storms, but they still could be bad for a lot of people. But this is a little bit of a risk. Severe thunderstorms, tornadoes. Just watch out for this. We'll be most likely be covering this. But you'll be seeing, yeah, thunderstorms, possibly PDS, but probably not. Day 6, it all ends, alright? So, yeah, that's all with the severe thunderstorms and all that. Because we got to talk about snow. Before we get into all the hot stuff, we'll talk about the snow. Okay? The snow. Actually, before we get to that, sorry. We're going to talk about excessive rainfall. So all these storms, okay, are causing a lot of flash flooding to happen. Okay, so we talked about this a couple days ago, but as you guys know, it's going to be raining pretty heavy here, and it's going to cause excessive rainfall to go down, which is heavy rainfall, and cause flash flooding and flooding. There's no flood yet, but it's going to rain hard over the night, so if you hear some big storms there, watch out. It's only 7 o'clock there, so I wouldn't expect anything too big, but watch out if you're here, dude. Just from big rain, if you're around the roads, do not try to drive through, like, honestly. But we can see right there. You can see there's already some big rainfall. Some big rainfall. Alright, now we go down all the way over here to Houston, okay? Let's check out the QPF for this. We can see there's some up to 2 inches down here. 2 inches of rainfall. So Yeah, but if we check radar out too, there's a lot of rain, coming in there. So, yeah. But if you're in this, watch out. Do not try to drive through. There's already a big flash flood warning. Do not try to drive through all of this, okay? It's bad. You're going to get stuck and get yourself not towed because tow trucks are not going to probably work like that, okay? But we can see there's flash flooding. This is going to spread around, but this threat might be for like 2 days or so. But it's probably going to extend because there's going to be more storms. All right, go to the Mara. It's a less longer risk, but this marginal risk up here in California reaches down because all the rain and all the storms are going to travel a little bit down. But the wet snow is also going to cause rain and cause flooding too. So that's why there's such a big, marginal risk and stuff to happen. But then the flash flooding shifts a little more here. But there's going to be a lot of heavy rainfall, especially here in Houston. That's going to shift over here, and you have to be ready for all this rainfall. So don't be like, why the hell is there so much water? I need to get to my freaking work job. Can't fucking get there because there's no rain. Well, this is all this. So this is likely to happen, but if you can't get to work, take the train. All I have to say. It's the only way it's going to help. Then it reaches all the way down over here. It takes a quarter of Louisiana. Hardly a quarter here in Texas, but storms are going to get pretty big over here. We can see the QWF. It's not that bad, but all the rainfall around it's going to cause excessive rainfall to happen. But that's day 3. If there's any more rain, it goes up here because that's when storms are going to happen, and then day 5 down here because more storms are going to happen down there. But also its own heavy rainfall is going to happen over there. All right, let's talk about some winter storms now. Alright, let's talk about an overall impact. So the impact of these storms, we can see there's a little bit of a major and extreme parts over here because there's a winter storm warning. So expect to get, how do I see this? Expect to get over, here, let's see, 2 inches of snow. You're going to be seeing a lot of snow in the middle of April, but yeah. But this can make Death Valley, which is kind of crazy. Death Valley. Oh my god. Death Valley, you're right. Death freaking Valley. A hot place. It might even make it a couple 20 inches down. You might see snow in the freaking desert tomorrow. Or even today. But go early in the morning because, hot, extreme. They don't want you out there past 10. But yeah, just watch out for some snow, alright? This is not normal at all. Then all the snow travels over here. New snowstorms part over here with a little bit of a blizzard active. Then it makes its way up over here to the Dakotas, and that's where our blizzard threats are going to start. And yeah, that's all the snow. That's the overall impact. Let's look at the snow amount now. So, it's major. It's pretty major over here. You'll see some big spots of snow. We'll run through this quick. Day 2. Still major spots, the snow's going to shift and stuff. But then all the conditions get up here. It's a little less riskful, but, always something can happen. Let's look at the snow load. The snow load's going to get pretty packed. Day 1, down here. It's pretty packed over there. Day 2, up over here. We're talking about snow in April. I know. How stupid. I don't know why this is happening. Let's talk about the ice. Okay. I don't think it's happening. Let's talk about the blowing snow. So a lot of blowing snow in your faces. This is gonna affect your face and stuff, and affect your activity and stuff outside. I would not recommend being out there. Snowfall, little risks of snowfall over here. But let's shift all the way to the east. Okay? So over here in the northeast, I guess, there's freeze warning, so temperatures can go 50s, 40s, 30s. Up here in the lower Midwest in New York, you might see maybe a little bit of a snowfall, but I wouldn't want to risk too much. Alright. Now we gotta talk about something that's getting pretty serious, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, let's talk about some wind and reflectivity. So, day 1, okay, you can see, let's talk about our less active areas. Alright, we can see right here, there's a little bit of elevated fire risk, 35 mile per hour winds, red flag warning, fire weather, air quality. One little spark can cause a lot of oh, what's it called? One little spark can cause a big fire that's gonna spread. This is one of our major risks of wildfire and major stuff with wildfires. This can cause some bad wildfires and even get some people, may make some people homeless. So just watch out, stay away from fires in the woods. If you're, planning to hike or anything, I'd just watch out if I were you. For sparks, I wouldn't do a fire that night. You're gonna cause a wildfire. All right. Let's go over here. This is actually South Carolina. It's gonna get pretty dry and stuff. High temperatures, nice day. But it's gonna be some. Just watch out for fires. All right. One little spark. This is gonna be more severe. Okay. This is by the ocean. So 60 to 65 mile per hour winds. This is like a couple days before you find out, or before a hurricane. So this is like the full start of the hurricane. It's happening, but it's getting pretty dry. It's gonna get pretty dry. All right, but we can see this is where we really gotta talk about. All right, 75 to 70 mile per hour winds. Over here in Tallahassee, there's just little elevated fires. Then it goes all the way down here in Florida tomorrow. But there's storms gonna be here, so it's probably gonna cut off this part. Only this part will be risked, and probably around overnight they'll do that. All right, let's talk about here, Memphis. The fire risk shift all the way over here and by the southwest. So, yeah, but this risk is going to get pretty bad. So just watch out for sparks and stuff. But the drought showing a lot of stuff, a lot of bad stuff, So, yeah, let's talk about another tropical cyclone formation that is happening over here again. So we talked about this a couple of videos ago, about tropical cyclones forming and all of that. This is one of them. The next couple weeks, eventually going to get hit. You guys got pretty close a couple days ago by a storm. But it should be high waves, small craft advisory. But over here is me a little bit of a tropical cyclone formation. So watch out for this. Nobody's talking about it. So, yeah. Before we get to the other stuff, actually, the nice day weather, just watch out for heavy freezing spray warning. Okay, there's just going to be blizzard warnings happening in Alaska. I know it's Alaska, but you always gotta talk about that still, because Alaska can get some bad earthquakes with snow. All right, let's talk about our nice weather day. Cause before we get into all these storms, enjoy the nice weather. The nice weather, especially if you're down here in Illinois. Oop, switch the view. Hold on, let me switch it back. All right, boom. But enjoy this perfect day down here, up here in Nashville, okay? It's going to be perfect, nice conditions. Get outside before you get back into a lot of storms, all right? This is your chance because it's April. A lot of severe weather is going to happen. This is your chance to get some perfect weather, 80 to 90 degrees. No heat wave for this, but this is your chance, all right, for anywhere here. Chicago, don't worry. It's going to brighten up for you guys, all right? It's still going to be nice for you guys. All right. Now it gets a little less because this is more sort of storms, but if you're over here, enjoy a nice day, 65, 70 mile per hour weather, probably the perfect weather you can get, not too hot, not too cold. Day 3, all right, if you're up here, Chicago, time for your good, nice weather. If you're over here, enjoy the perfect day, 80 winds, no rain, but yeah, but enjoy, that's probably the last day you can enjoy before we get into rain. It's not going to be nice. It's still going to be hot and humid. But, yeah. But if you're over here in California, enjoy, after all the snow, enjoy the hot weather. Let's go. But the ocean, on day 4, Florida, enjoy this. I don't know why it's in the ocean, but it's probably going to come. It's over here in South Carolina, Georgia, but Florida also enjoy that too. Day 6, just enjoy all this good weather, okay? All right, day 7 next week. It's gonna be fair conditions and good weather. So that's pretty much it. But extreme heat's not likely, as we can see. Rapid onset drought, which is probably gonna happen at some point, but it's not. That's pretty much all the weather talk I have for you guys. Just stay tuned. I'll post a video tomorrow, probably another one in the afternoon. talking about these storms. I know they're less effective, but these can be effective to a lot of people in small areas. They don't look they're going to be bad. But yeah, but if you're in the snow, watch out for snow and stuff. Just, it's going to be bad. I'll keep you guys covered with the typhoons and stuff that are starting to form over there in the Philippine Sea. But that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.